Eddie, do the Panthers and you and Matt Rule, this new regime, do you all need a rival? And are the Saints kind of a natural one given all of the cross connections with you and Joe and Eli and everybody?
I mean, honestly, that's not something that we're really thinking about. New Orleans just happens to be, the next opponent on our schedule, and we try to take this thing 1 week at a time. So, we're not looking into it as a rivalry or anything like that. It's, a divisional game. It's an important game. It's the most important game because it's the next game.
Teddy, how much have you, if at all, kind of worked with the defense this week, knowing, I mean, the New Orleans offense well. Have you worked with them at all, kind of given any advice, things like that this week so far?
You know, those guys on defense, we have a group of veteran guys who played some ball in this league, and they know how to use their resources. So we've just been doing a great job of just trying to communicate, with each other, different things each week. You play an opponent, and you may have a guy on the roster who played for the team that we're playing, who may be able to give you a little insight, but at the end of the day, we still have to just go out there and line up and play.
Let's go to David Newton and then Miles Simmons.
Hey, what's your favorite play that you ran in New Orleans that you've been successful with here?
That's a tough one to answer. We have different plays right now that we're executing well. We have some plays that, we want to be better at. So it's kind of tough right now to answer that question. But hopefully we can just, look in the mirror at ourselves and try to continue to figure out some of the things that we can do better.
Hey, Teddy, have you guys been able to put a finger on, something in the red zone that, you guys have you guys been able to identify, something in the red zone that you can improve on and get better this week to start scoring more touchdowns?
It's just executing, the plays that we call, alignment, assignment, detail. That's pretty much what it is. And just give ourselves a chance, whether it's, giving receivers a chance to make plays, tight ends, running backs. So, we just want to find different ways to get these guys, going when we get in the red zone and score touchdowns.
All right, let's go to Jonathan Alexander and then Steve Reed.
Hey, what's up, Teddy? Hope you're doing well. I may have asked you this before, but what is probably the biggest thing you took away from your time at New Orleans?
There's a couple of things. I think the biggest thing I say is just trusting your process and staying committed to your process. I watched a group of guys there. It's easy to point out Drew, but there were other guys on that team: Demario Davis, Alvin Kamara, Teron Armstead. Those guys who had routines, and you watched them commit to their routines for 16 weeks plus, and you realize, wow, a lot of those guys were all pro and doing great things in this league. So I think, from just, staying committed to your process and, at the end of the day, having fun. My 2 years there, those guys, they played the game, but they had fun doing it. They smiled a lot, was never really uptight. So that was some key things that I took away from my 2 years there.
Teddy, you've been asked about Robbie Anderson before, but I'm going to ask you again. What is it about him that you feel, obviously you feel comfortable throwing the ball to him? What is it about him when you line up in the huddle that, I don't know, there's something there that you guys are connecting?
I honestly feel comfortable throwing the ball to all the guys on his offense. Robbie's just a guy who's been able to make some plays for us. These guys made plays at different points throughout this year. So Robbie, whenever his number's called, he's been making plays for us. He's a guy, like I continue to say, he's all ball. He comes in to work into the facility, doesn't say much. He's just trying to find different ways to get better each and every day.
All right, let's go to Elena Getzenberg and then Stacey Dales.
Hey, Teddy, I was just wondering, after the game Sunday, you talked to us about how, it was kind of humbling the loss to the Bears and you guys need to execute better. I was wondering, so far this week, how do you feel like, you also have mentioned in the past learning from the losses. How do you feel like you guys have responded in practice so far? Practice today and just the offense kind of learning from what went wrong on Sunday.
I definitely feel like it was a great response today out in practice. You can feel the guys' energy. So I think guys just understand that, nothing in this league is going to be handed to you. No matter how well you're playing, you continue to earn respect each week. But at the end of the day, you still have to go out there and take certain things. So today, the energy was there. Guys were flying around, and you can just tell that, guys want to get back to winning.
Hey, Teddy. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Awesome. Just on a call with Cam Jordan, your buddy. Just said he can't wait to hit you on Sunday. I have a follow-up question, but what are your thoughts on that and sort of that freight train coming to get you and the relationship you share, and then just that defensive front?
Yeah, pretty sure it'll be fun. Hopefully, he doesn't get the opportunity to hit me. But, it's just, that's a great group. I had an opportunity to spend some time with them. That defensive front, linebacker, secondary, got nothing but respect for them, their team and the organization. I understand that, they have some guys who, I may have been off limits towards when I was there for 2 years. But, we just want to just go out there and just play the game the way we know how to play and not get caught up in the moment. Just make the game, what it is and respect our opponent.
Just my last question, if I may, and thank you for the time. You've mentioned a couple times the vision that Sean talked with you about often. If you could just elaborate on that, that would be awesome. I think it's a fantastic story.
It's one of those stories where you hope you never have to, share it. But it was just, when I was a free agent after the 18 season, Sean had just talked to me, and he just so happened to be in the Bahamas, and we were talking, and he just told me, man, he had a vision for me, and to trust that, if before I make a decision, just hear him out, and his vision was just, if you're not going to go somewhere that's, going to guarantee you some security, then trust me, you pretty much come back here, and within a year from now, I'm pretty sure you'll be, right where you want to be. So, that meant a lot to me. He showed me that, he really wanted me there. And I'm just, forever thankful and grateful that I had the opportunity to cross paths with him.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we only have time for 3 more. So let's go to Luke Johnson and then Amy Just and finish with Josh Klein.
Hey, Teddy, long time no see, man. Hope you're doing good.
So, Luke.
Hey, you mentioned it when you were talking about what you learned in New Orleans, just about like having fun. I think that's probably what we remember you for down there. So was that something that you had to kind of rediscover there after the injury specifically? And how important was that for you just as a person in general?
Yeah, I definitely rediscovered that when I was down there. At first I thought, as a young guy, you had to be all serious. And, there's a time where, you have fun. There's a time where you turn it on, be able to turn that switch. And I think just being there, I said last year, that I found, that joy again, in just playing the game. At first I thought it was just all business, but it was business because that was the mindset that I had. I had the opportunity to just be, around that culture and just see guys have fun, playing football opposed to making it a job. And that really did, a lot for me.
Sorry, I forgot where my mute button was. Hey, Teddy, long time no see. So you spent the 2018 season with Joe Brady. How much do you think that helped, if at all, jumpstart that chemistry between you two and now allowing it to grow again?
I think Joe and I both benefited from, that 2018 season. He was the guy drawing cards, running the scout team. And, he was also the guy teaching me on the fly. So I think, that 2018 season really, gave, Joe the opportunity to really teach, as well as, run the scout team. So Joe was a guy who spent numerous hours with me. He would forward me emails of the installs at 2 o'clock in the morning, and take notes in the coaches meetings and send it to me. So I think he was just grooming himself without even knowing. And now he's here at this point, as offensive coordinator of Carolina. So I think that 2018 season was huge for him as a coach and me as a player.
And one follow-up, if I may. The homecoming for both of you this weekend is going to be a little different considering there are only 3,000 fans allowed to be in the Dome. How weird is that going to be, just knowing how wild that crowd can be and it won't be there?
Yeah, I'm actually happy about that. I know how loud that fan base can be. They love their Saints. But hopefully, it's just one of those deals where we could just make it all about the game, and not about everything on the outside. Like I said, it's our most important game because it's our next game. So we just want to go in with the right mindset that we can't try to prove a point to anyone. Joe can't try to prove anything to Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints. I can't try to prove anything to anyone. We just gotta play the game the way we know how to play it, and that's the brand that we've been playing in Carolina.
Thanks.
No problem.
Hey, Teddy. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Very popular. I was curious, when you were in New Orleans, did you guys consider the Panthers your rivals, and do you consider the Saints the Panthers' rivals now that you're in Carolina? And then I have one quick follow-up.
I mean, honestly, each week, it was a different approach to each game when I was in New Orleans. It wasn't really one of those deals where we felt like, one team was a rival. It was just, hey, this the next team that we play that's on the schedule. They're all nameless, faceless opponents. You just got to go out there and execute.
And then, have you gotten a chance to ride your bike a lot recently, and which city is better for biking? New Orleans?
Well, I haven't really rode my bike here. I left my bike at the condos that I was living in New Orleans. But, I've been riding around on the little bird scooters and lime scooters and stuff like that. But, I'm just happy that I'm here. I have the opportunity to be here. And in Charlotte, it's a great city. We got some great weather today, actually. Felt like summer. But, no, I'm just thankful for the journey that I've been on, the different stops that I've made. I'm just thankful, and I'm very grateful.